Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you push, something invisible holds you back? Like the world around you is whispering that your dreams, your passion, your fire, those things that set you apart, aren't meant for breaking out, but for blending in. There's a heaviness, a quiet pressure to sit down, shut up, follow the rules, and accept a smaller version of your life. That feeling, it's not luck, not bad timing. It's a system that's built to keep you exactly where you are. But what if the very forces that seem cold and distant, governments included, are starting to quietly shift? What if they are beginning to back something bigger? Something that looks like money, but holds the power to shake this whole world of cages and freedom? Governments around the world are waking up to a new type of money: impact capital. This isn't just about charity or cash for feel good projects. This is strategic, powerful funding that forces companies, communities, even big institutions to stop running on empty promises and start proving they care about people, planet, and purpose, all while turning profits. For years, the idea of investing was stuck in the old mindset: grow at all costs, no questions asked. But impact investing flips that script. It says you can be bold, make real change, and still grow your wealth. And governments? They see this as a tool to shift their tired, fossil-fueled, profit-only models into something cleaner, fairer, smarter. But here's what hits like a punch in the gut. This shift is quiet. It's happening under the radar, so most people don't even notice. Why? Because the old guard, those who built the cages, don't want you to know you have a key. They want you obedient, scared to step outside, afraid to say yes to the edge where real magic happens. But ignoring this is a fatal mistake, because this quiet endorsement isn't just for the chosen few. It's an opening, a crack in the wall, a chance for every single person who feels like they were born to do more to grab that power and run with it. The pain is real. The headaches of watching systems that claim fairness, equality, and progress, but only preserve the status quo, can feel like a trap tightening around your throat. You see it in education, in healthcare, in climate policy, the old promises of progress smashed by bureaucracy and greed. People get processed instead of nurtured, ideas sterilized instead of set free. You can feel the world asking you to conform to survive, to accept less, to lose that spark that says you're here to create what hasn't been created before. And it's exhausting. It's soul-crushing. Now imagine a life where that exhaustion turns into energy, where your money, your effort, your choices don't just sustain the system, they radically change it. Where every dollar you invest, every project you back, every voice you amplify helps topple the idea that comfort is the goal and disruption is the enemy. This is what impact capital can do. It's not about playing safe. It's about playing smart, using capital as a laser to cut through the noise and fuel the forces that challenge the dangerous old lies. Here's a truth that's both terrifying and exhilarating. Governments are using impact investing as a strategic weapon to force companies and organizations out of their bubbles, to demand accountability like never before. When your country's pension fund starts choosing an impact fund over a traditional fossil fuel one, it sends a message. The days of unchecked destruction are over. When governments pour funds into clean energy startups, affordable housing, or education projects that track real outcomes, not just feel-good PR, they're quietly rewriting the rules. The shift that feels impossible on the street is starting at the top. So how do you tap into this? How do you use this shift not as a spectator, but as a creator of the future? Start with what you control: your capital and your commitment. Look beyond the surface. The most impactful impact investing isn't about buying a feel-good label. It demands deep research, critical questions, and impatience for real results. Ask not just, is this good for the planet? But is this changing systems? Is it bringing new voices? Is it breaking cycles of oppression and mediocrity? This is the space where true power hides, not in the noisy cheerleaders, but in the few who dig deeper, who demand more. This isn't about throwing your money at trendy causes or overnight success stories. It's about patience, precision, and depth. Governments know this, which is why they're supporting long-term projects that build sustainable models, not quick fixes. So dare to think like that. Choose partners who understand the grind, who build communities, who refuse to compromise the essence for the sake of fake growth. This world honors those who wait, who grow steady, who push past despair and disillusionment because they know liberty isn't instant. It's seized through relentless action. If you think impact investing is just a buzzword for the comfortable and compliant, think again. Real impact capital is disruptive noise that shatters the boredom of our routine lives. It's the radical refusal to accept a borrowed life, a tired system, a faded dream. When governments direct money into solutions that have teeth, when they pressure companies to be accountable, they're planting the seeds of a world where your individuality is the most valuable asset, not your conformity. The power of impact capital isn't just financial, it's liberating. It demands that you own your will, question everything, and build something new from the wreckage of the old. The hardest part is this: most people won't step into this space. It's uncomfortable. It demands risk. It asks you to burn your old map and trust your fire. But this is exactly where freedom lives: in the edge, in the wild spaces between comfort zones, in the refusal to settle. Governments backing impact capital are silent allies of anyone ready to break free from the lie that success means swallowing hard and blending in. They're fast realizing that the future belongs to those who create real value. Value that lifts people, heals the planet, and respects all life. So don't wait for official permission. Don't wait for the system to invite you in. Start thinking and acting like the rare few who refuse the fake freedom of easy obedience. Your investments aren't small choices, they're declarations. Every dollar is a vote for the world you want to see. A world where individuality fuels unity and where courage outruns comfort. This is the rebellion governments are quietly endorsing through impact capital. They're betting on the fire in people who won't accept less. And this is your call to rise, to move beyond the tired rules and join the few who dare to reject mediocrity. To play the long game, knowing that true transformation isn't about applause. It's about relentless will, critical thinking, and steady, daring progress. When you choose where to put your capital, you're not only investing in projects, you're investing in yourself, in the collective spark of those who refuse silence and accept nothing less than becoming. This is a moment where pain meets opportunity, where the oppressive weight of the now pushes you toward your greatest potential. The quiet government endorsements of impact capital are not just bureaucratic shifts, they're a crack in the cage, a whisper that says, if you dare, if you stand unbent, if you choose to create rather than comply, there's a place for you at the edge. The world hasn't lost ambition. It's lost direction. But with impact investing, it's starting to find its way home. Back to individuals who carry fire, who question every lie, who build bridges from difference, and who refuse to be anything less than alive. This isn't simple, and it's not comfortable. But the alternative, another generation burned by broken promises and empty growth, is far worse. Your move is clear. Watch the quiet revolution. Learn its rules, then break them. This is your chance to ride the wave of change. Governments are beginning to trust, to be part of something bigger that still feels intensely personal, to turn your pain into power and your frustration into freedom. This is not an invitation for everyone. It's a challenge for those ready to burn for their truth, ready to stop waiting and start becoming. Are you ready to see how deep this rabbit hole goes? Because there's no turning back when impact capital moves from quiet endorsement to roaring force, and you can be at its very heart.